Did you know that Warren Buffett pays lower taxes or tax rate than his secretary? And real estate investors like Robert Kiyosaki often pay nearly zero in taxes. Here's where most people don't understand. It is 100% legal. You see, these people use the strategy they use, follow the tax code, and you can do the same too. Welcome to Paradigm Shift. My name is Patrick Murphy. Here we teach you how to dramatically improve the quality of your life. Today we'll be talking about taxes. But before we start, I'd like you to like, share, and subscribe. If you really, enjoy what we're doing here, I want you to join me so that we spread the news. So like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to get a live show of Paradigm Shift, subscribe to the Patrick Murphy YouTube channel. And not just subscribing it, hit the bell when you subscribe, so that anytime we're going online or we're going live, you'll get a notification. And even if you don't come online with us, you can come back and watch it later on. Today, our topic is going to be stop overpaying taxes. Keep that 10K in your pocket. And here's how you can do that. And that's what we're going to talk about today. You see, you do not need to be a billionaire or even a millionaire to start lowering your tax rate. The key is understanding how income category and deduction work. You see, in this session, like I said, we'll be exploring why the rich pay less and how you can apply similar principles to keep more of your money in your pocket. Yes, more of your money in your pocket. You see, like I was saying earlier on, the wealthy, the financial savvy don't pay taxes the way you do. Yes, if you don't believe me, you can go online and check it out for yourself. Warren Buffett, just Google Warren Buffett pays lower taxes than his secretary, and you can get it right there. And same way, Robert Kiyosaki, real estate mogul, they don't pay taxes. Even if they pay very low. So you only need to understand how it works. You see, first, there are two ways that you can make your taxes go for you or favor you. And these are two things. The two things are based on the category of income and your taxable income. These are two things these are the things when you look into well and start working on, it can favor you bringing more money home. So like I said, the category of income and taxable income. You see, the category of income is how you made that income. And we have three categories or types of income. One is earned income, portfolio income, and passive income. You see, earned income is like wages, you're working, you go work the job and you get paid. Portfolio income is investing, like, putting in money in real estate, and, that profit that come out of it when you sell it, that is portfolio income. And this has to be 12 months or 1 year or more before it becomes portfolio income. If you sell that stocks before 12 months, that is earned income. It's classified as earned income. And the third one is passive income. You see, I made this video in a different language. I made it in Chi, and most of my friends that don't speak Chi want me to make it in English. And that's why we are here. So now let's go break it down. So we have two categories. We have three categories: earned income, portfolio income, and passive income. Right? And first, the earned income is you going work the job and you get paid. And the reason why we have these three is they are not all taxed the same. The tax is based on how you made that income. So for the purposes of this video, we're going to just run things out. So imagine you're making 50,000, let's say 50,000 income. You go work the job, you get paid 50,000 a year. That is earned income. And the American tax system is a marginal or progressive system. So this is how the marginal tax break for a single filer. Like I said, this is for the purpose of this. We're just going to make it very simple. Just a single filer, just earning 50,000. And if you're earning 50,000, that means you are on earned income. And this is how it's break down. So the 2025 federal marginal tax break for single filer. This is just the current tax that was passed. So coming 2026, if you are filing for 2025, this is what we're going to use. 10% or all the way is going to be from 0 to 11,925. I think the other video I just ran it up, I made it like 12,000 because by this one, I'm just trying to make sure I get the exact amount. And the first 11,925 that you make, you get taxed on 10%. I know sometimes you hear people say, hey, my tax rate is 24%. Not all the money was 24%. It's breakdown because it's progressive system, the way it is, or marginal tax bracket. So the next one is 12% from that 11,925 all the way to 48,475. So if you made 50,000, the first 11,925 is going to be taxed on 10%. Then the rest is going to be taxed based on 12%. So let's say if you made 100,000, then the next one is going to be from that 48,475 upwards all the way to 100,000 is going to be taxed on 22%. And that's how it works. So if you made more than that, let's say 150, or let's say, it's going to be taxed from 24%. Then from 32% is from 197,301 to 255.25%, and 35% is 200 from 250 to all the way to 626, and 37% is 626 all the way to a billion, whatever, all the way up. So that's how we got taxed. And since you are earning that income as an earned income, 50,000. So the first deduction will be, like I said, it's going to be between 5,751. So let's go all the way to, and remember, this is just the federal income tax. And now you got to think about your file cut taxes. That's the Social Security and medical taxes also. And that is, I think it's 7.6%, and it's up to 3,825%. So in total, you pay 9,500 in taxes out of the 50,000 or 50K. So your take home is 40,500. Remember, we are simplifying this. So that means no taxes. If you live in a state like I live in Virginia, we pay state taxes. We didn't put that in. We're just doing the federal. So if you are in that state that pay taxes, yes, and even some local, also pay local. We also pay local taxes also. Aside that, have some small deduction, your Medicaid, your friends health, that is going to come out. If you're doing 401k or Roth, that is also going to come out. So this is just running it out just for the federal. So now let's change it a little bit. That means you're taking 40,500 home. So now let's go and see. Now let's move if income shift from wages to investment. That becomes portfolio income. So, imagine you bought stocks maybe 2 years ago. Remember, before it can become portfolio, it has to be 12 months up. Then, we bought it 2 2022, 2024, we sold it. We also made 50,000. That's the only income we made. So that is going to be a different back rate because portfolio income is not the same as earned income. And that rate is down from 0 to all the way to 48,350. You pay zero, nada, nothing on that income. And from 15% from 48,351 to 533,400, and from 531,400 all the way up is 20%. So even though you all made the same 50,000, that person that had a portfolio income is going to come up on top, taking more home. So let's look at how much that person is taking home. So that person earned 50,000, 50K like you did, but because that person bracket, the first 50,000, 48 something is zero, and the next, so almost 48,000, nothing is paid on. So the next is going to be about 450. I think it's even less than 450. I was just running things out. And remember, the law says if you're making income from portfolio, you don't pay the FICO taxes. So this guy, the first one is Kofi Ama, took 49,550. The same income, but different category. You see, that's why it's so important when you live in a capitalist society. You have to study the system. And you have to do what is necessary for you. So you see, my friend, I understand how much you make. It's important. But it's not about all that alone. How much you got to keep. And we have three categories. One is earned income, portfolio income, and passive income. And the passive income. So now let's go forward and go up and see what happens. Passive income is just like rare estate, royalties. Maybe we've written a book, income coming in. All those things are passive income. Things that you don't do much day to day, but you're still making income. So we will do the same thing. We will put the same 50,000 in there. So we're making 50,000 for these. And remember, this is rental income, not the house you live in. Not the house you live in. Robert Kiyosaki said that those houses are not, they are not asset, and people argue with him. But when the 2009, 8, 9, and 10 crash hit, people understood him then. So let's go back to what we were doing. So now we have rental property coming in. We also made 50,000. But guess what? Rental property or passive income bracket is the same as earned income. So the same deductions that we said earlier on, that's the same thing you will face. Same thing you will face when you are doing passive income. But guess what? Because it's passive income, you can do more deduction. And remember what I said earlier on. Two ways that can impact the money that can come into your pocket when you're doing your taxes. One is the category, how you made that money. And two is the taxable income. So you doing real estate, we know if you're real estate, like I said, not the house you live in, rental property, whether being residential or commercial. Yes, I think even commercial is more, they get more deductions. But so with the purpose of this, we are doing the same. We got 50,000 coming in, rental property, and we are being charged the same. Bracket is still the same, but now we are taking more taxes, or we are taking more deductions because we have depreciations. We have so many things that we can take out of it. So even though we made 50,000, we have 50,000 at the bank at the end of the year. But we told, for the purposes of the video, we told IRS we have 10,000. Again, look at it this way. since we have 10,000, and it's not like you just told them because of the deduction. And even if you have a good accountant, they can do it more. Sometimes they pay nothing at all. Now you have 10,000. Even though you have 50,000 in your bank account, you have 10,000. That's going to be your taxable income because of the deductions. And now the 10,000, the first 10,000, the earned income side, also the passive income side is 10%. So 10% out of 10,000 is 1,000. So this guy is putting 49,000 or 49K in Ama, or this is Kwame, is putting 49K in his pocket. You see, my friends, so yes, even though what you make is very important, you got to watch out for these ones too, especially in a capitalist society. If you do not watch out and all you can do is you're earning income, you are the one we are using to run the economy. So you have to come up with a strategy. That's why it's so important. You always have to invest. You always have to find yourself, apart from, yes, it's good, or that's where we all start from, earning something. But what are you doing with that income that is coming in? You see, when you look at the passive income side, that side is so great. But for the purposes of what we're doing, it might look like even the portfolio is better than the passive. But if, imagine you're making more, and if you have a good accountant, you make more, sometimes you go on negative, going to be carried forward to the next year. So out of all that, that one is so great. So you can find a way, like you said, you're making small money, but as you're making that small money, you start saving somewhere, you start investing somewhere, and start to put yourself in a situation where you can also do what the billionaires and the millionaires are doing. You see, there was nothing says that you have to be a billionaire or you have to be a millionaire before you can make those money come into your pocket. All he's saying is, if it's passive, this is what you can deduct, and you can deduct a lot. You know, you're going to make another video that we can show the things you can deduct. And it's amazing the things that you can take when you're making passive income. Like I said, sometimes you can even go negative and carry it forward. So taxable income and a category of income is very important too. So imagine somebody making a 200,000, earning 200,000 wages, and somebody making 50,000 on portfolio side. That person is going to take more money home. I'm talking of percentage wise. So again, it's very important you know where you stand. And even if you are not there, gradually you can be there. It doesn't have to be a day. It doesn't have to be 2 days. It takes a while. Rome wasn't built in a day. So as you keep on investing, you know, we have so many ways we have stocks that can get you dividend. We have so many ways you can invest in all those things to put you there. And also, you know, some of them, the easiest way you can do is you can start in doing real estate, small scale. I'm not saying go borrow too much to do that. And what it is both the passive and the portfolio, you don't have to worry about the focus. Taxes. So imagine you are in a state that is taking taxes. So out of the 50,000, how much do you think is going to go in your pocket? Plus, some states also, when you buy stuff at a grocery store, whatever store, you also pay taxes on them. So technically, if you make 50,000 and you're in that such state, you probably might be taking about 30,000 home. And that's not a good strategy. You have to find a way there. Again, I will say it again. You do not have to be a billionaire or a millionaire, but you need to have a passive income or a portfolio income. And you can do this, and it doesn't have to be a day. You can start doing it gradually. And at a point, it's going to be a while where you can be, bringing in more money. And that's what you have to do. And that's the good thing that we have to do. Do not sit just sit for somebody to make money off you. Yeah, don't do that, because there's a lot that you can do. There's a lot that you can bring in when you have these income coming in. So watch out for these incomes. It's very imperative. If you're in a capitalist society, if you're not doing that, you are not bringing any money home. 50K, same income, but different categories. We saw what just happened. My name is Patrick Burfi. Make sure you spend wisely, save intentionally, and be generous. See you. Bye-bye.